All right, we're gonna set the pace right now. Look at this. You see that? I'm sweating hard. You wanna know why? I had to move this car from out there to in here. But look, that's parked like that, that's parked like that. Now it don't sound like much, it don't look like much, but listen to me. That car had to go out there, then back in here like this at an angle, right? Now, I'm sure you know where the ZX was parked. This is the purple one, right? Now, the front of the shop is on a slope. So as soon as I took the chalk out from behind the wheel, the car rolled backwards. And this car has an engine and a transmission in it, and it's the weight of a whale because it's a ZX. From this center section here, where the car was parked, I had to roll it back, turn it, and push it in, and get it centered on the lift. This took an hour by myself, pushing cars with my body. It was not easy. And that's the pace we're setting for this whole build series. Crazy, right? Now that we got the introduction out of the way, so this build series is going to be a little different because we're not actually doing really any mods. We're actually just finishing the car. So it was, cut to the chase, it sat for a really long time. The engine and trans are currently in the car, but that's it. Nothing's hooked up. They're literally just sitting in the car. So the goal for this is to finish that, get everything done that needs to be done, and get the car running properly to make it in time for Summervibes. For those of you not in the Tampa area, you may not know what Summervibes is. There's a group or an association, however you want to refer to them, by the name of I Love Driving Slow, or ILDS. And they host these events here in Tampa, with Summervibes and Winterfest being the two biggest ones. Now, Summervibes is July 7th. Today is June 7th. Now, the goal is to take the car from what it is now to fully running and have him, the owner, drive this car to Summervibes in his own car, under its own power. That's the goal. So what we need to do, because one of the downsides of this, I got no turnover on this car, so I don't know what's missing, I don't know what's here, I don't know what we have 2, 3, 4 of, or 0 of, which is unfortunate. So today is day 1, or tonight is night 1, and the goal right now is to get that part out of the way. The most important part is knowing what I need, so I can get the work done, and I can get the parts ordered, because physically doing the work isn't what the holdup is here. The holdup is parts. We have no control over the postal system, we have no control over sourcing things. It's a stock, well, it's not a stock motor, but if we're missing any stock parts off of the motor, we have to source those, and all of those have to be used from somewhere. So of course, now that it's in the shop and positioned in the lift, step 1, like always, is to get it on the lift. So let's do that. All right, we're up. So this is my first time seeing under here. So this is our first time seeing under here. No idea what I'm gonna witness. After sitting for a year, it's actually not that bad under here. It's got a smell to it. I think there's something dead up somewhere. But other than that, it actually is pretty clean. So before we get into the fun stuff of actually sifting through the car and seeing what's here and what isn't, this transmission has to come down and then go back up. The install wasn't very good. In fact, it looks really shaky. So it's so bad that I'm actually going to remove the transmission and reinstall it, just to make sure that everything is right, because I can't exactly trust what I'm seeing right now. I don't really need to point out what's wrong here. So that's step one to take care of, and it's gonna be kind of tricky figuring this part out too. The transmission cooler lines are chopped and capped. So that's gonna be exciting. We already found something we needed. Cool, well, let's do that. Let's drop the trans and figure that part out. Trans is out. I should have done that in real time because it only took a few minutes to get it out. And that's just a testament to show you how the install was to begin with. So it's out. Everything looks it looks all right. Inside here it's pretty clean. Surprising because the outside of it looks boat anchor-ish. And then I'm no expert, but I don't think this is supposed to be like this. So with the trans out, I can get a better look at the back of the motor to see, what all needs to be accessed. As it seems, I think I'm gonna leave the trans out for a little while, because I think it would be easier for me to work with it out. There's quite a few things on the back of this motor that would just be easier to access with the trans out, so we'll just start there. I don't have any prior experience really working on ZXs outside of that one over there, just a little bit, and fortunately that car has a complete engine bay in it, so I get to use it as a reference to see what's here and what's not here, or what's supposed to be, I get to look at something. I'm literally recording this as I'm doing it, so we're all learning this together, we're all figuring this out together, we're all seeing this together. So with situations like this where everything is everywhere, you have no idea what's what or anything, it's best to just pick a point somewhere in the engine bay. Start there and then work your way around until you end up back where you're at. Oh boy. So the engine, I know at least that much, that is just the short block. So the turbos are on it. I hope that all the hardware is tight. Yeah, which I'm pretty sure it is. The spark plug's in there. The fuel rail is on it. The intake manifold is right over there on the floor. Put that on once we get that far. There is a wire harness here, but I don't know what the deal is. There is a box of parts, and I haven't sifted through the box yet either, but there is a wire harness in this box. I don't know if this is a better condition harness than what's in there now, or what the deal is. So, but we'll get there. Definitely no AC. We'll need a battery. There's a solenoid here for something. It's kind of attached. Fuse box. This guy, whatever that's a home for. This bracket here with a single plug on it, but there's no wire on the other end of it. You can see straight through it. These plugs here. Power steering. Definitely gonna keep that. I couldn't imagine driving this car with no power steering. What's left of the air box is still here, so that I can come here to the front. We gotta figure out an intake situation. We'll need a radiator. There may or may not be one somewhere. Water pump pulley, hoses, more plugs, throttle cable, fuse box. It's like I'm just going around naming parts, which is basically what I'm doing, but you know, you gotta start somewhere with this. It doesn't look too bad, honestly. It's just, I know for a fact that there's a bunch of stuff that attaches to the intake manifold, and I think that's probably where we're gonna have our biggest hurdle. It seems like everything is kind of all here. The one thing I'm not looking forward to is digging through this interior. There's a bunch of stuff piled up in here, and I don't know what's living in there, and I don't know if whatever is causing that smell is dead inside of here, and it's just seeping out to the outside. Yeah, let's dig through the interior. Well, the hatch struts work. That's a good sign. I just gotta pull all this stuff out now so we can see what's in here, what's not in here. Progress. This is a rock. Just a regular rock. Alright, so our trunk is empty. Fortunately, there wasn't anything dead in here. But I guess that's bad, because that means it's somewhere else. The only place left is the back seat. Yeah, back seat, because this is one of those cars. There wasn't much garbage in the trunk, actually. All of this, I think, is usable stuff. Like the clutch fan, the lights, the intake. I don't think we're using the compressor or the starter. There's a box of bolts here labeled white G35. But this is good. That gives me... I'm very optimistic for the actual cabin part now. I see that there's this huge box of hardware here, and I'm real excited to have that, because I'm gonna need a lot of hardware for a lot of things, and you know, it's just nice to have a bunch of scrounge from the chassis as opposed to just random parts from everywhere else. So yeah, let's do the interior. Alright, everything's out of the car, on the floor. It looked like a bunch of stuff, but it really kind of wasn't. It's, fortunately, a lot of it is actually for the car. So, once I actually sift through it, then it'll probably be pretty good. That much less that we actually have to source. So that's all I'm gonna do for tonight. I'll pick this video back up tomorrow. It is 1:36 a.m. and I've been here all day, so I think it's a pretty good stopping point for tonight. Come in tomorrow, sift through all this stuff, and get a solid plan of what needs what, where we need to order parts, or where we want to do stuff. All right, next day. So we're gonna get straight to it. First thing we got to do is sort through all the stuff and throw away whatever needs to be thrown away, keep whatever needs to be kept, use whatever needs to be used, and figure it out from there. Check it out. Aha! Oh boy, boy's official now. Yeah, look at that. Jumpsuit, rocking. Check this, hold on. Boy, rocking. So taking a short break, obviously we're working on Kevin Z right now, but we had somebody show up and something special, something unique, something that you just don't see anymore, and something that I really want more of to come to the shop. Yes, an FC, and an all stock one at that. Alright, so I'm ending this video super abruptly and super weird. I'll link the reason why in the description, and somewhere here on the screen I'll link the reason why this is what's happening, but my bad. Let's just say I'll pick this up in episode 2, and we'll get more started from there. So yeah, but this is how I'm leaving it. I'm just sifting through the harness now to get it all laid out and out of the way to see if there's anything broken that needs to be repaired. And also have to go sift through his box to go see exactly what it is that he has left. But today wasn't exactly the big progress grade that I thought it was going to be, mainly because of what showed up today. So check that video out. Not my proudest moment, but I got it done. So, no big deal. But we'll get ready for episode 2. I'm going to try and drop these every other day. So if I can record 2 days worth of content and edit it together, I think that's the best way to go about this, so I don't have to edit every single night. It's a lot less pressure. So yeah, sorry episode 1 sucked, but every episode from now on is going to be good. I promise.